Hey guys, what is going on? Lego Man 123 here, and welcome back to another Lego news video, where today in this episode I'll be talking about some recent Lego set images we have received over the past week. Now there is a lot to go through for today's episode, so sit back and relax and please enjoy it. If you guys do watch the whole video, then I really do appreciate it. And also very quickly, thank you guys so much for 300 subscribers. It really does mean a lot. I'll be hopefully doing a 300 subscribers special video tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But in today's video, I'll be talking about some DC and Marvel set images, a new wave for Hidden Side, which I'm actually really surprised about because I thought they were going to stop doing that, but they might stop it after this wave. It really does depend on how sales go. Some Star Wars news, a bit more news on Lego Ninjago Season 13, some Harry Potter news. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first bit of DC news is this set with Penguin and Batman, and it seems to be Batman's sort of boat build. I do like the design of all of the different pieces they have used, and the colours do look nice. I especially like this sticker on this sloped piece, or it might be a print, not sure. And then these sort of molds of the bat wings do look really nice. And then the build for the Penguin does look really cool. I do like the duck sort of a build, but I kind of wish they maybe gave it a bit more, like, more bricks into it, because it does look like quite a skinny rubber duck, if that's what they were going for. So a bit more build on, like, the side and then the bottom would have looked really nice. But the minifigs are probably my favorite part of this. I really like that Batman with his wings spread out. I can't tell if it's a new mold for his cape or it's a new fabric just put out like that. And then the Penguin variant does look really nice with his tuxedo, his sort of yellow striped part, his bow tie, and then the sort of pinkish purple on him does look nice. Next we have this build of Batman's tumbler, Robin's motorbike, and then this sort of like tractor type build for the Joker. The build for his tumbler does look really nice. I like the panel pieces, the stud shooters look really nice, and the design of the front does look very interesting with like the panels and all that. And then Robin's like motorbike, it's kind of a disappointment because they have this really nice build for Batman, but then just like 3 pieces or maybe 4 pieces for Robin for a motorbike. So I kind of wish they maybe gave him a brick built one. That would have been a lot more better. It might have like raised the price up, but it's better than just getting a motorbike mold and like 3 other pieces for Robin. The Batman minifig, I believe, is the exact same from the Penguin vs. Batman one, but it's really strange how he does have a wrench. Is he like fixing the Batmobile or Robin's motorbike while in a battle? And then the Robin variant does look really nice as well. And then the Joker's vehicle does look very interesting. I like the print or sticker of like these 2 eyes, and then the mouth here with the teeth and the lips do look very interesting, and I do like the design of that. And then the sticker or print at the back, I can't really make it out because it's quite a low quality image, so very sorry about that. And then we do have this sort of machine gun type stud shooter, and then these wheels do look very interesting as well. And then Harley Quinn and the Joker are very cool as well. I do like her hammer and her torso and legs with that really nice black and red pattern. And her hairpiece, I believe, is the same from the Apocalypse Berg from the Lego Movie 2, but I might be wrong about that. And the Joker, I believe, is the same variant from the Batmobile we got from last year, the sort of a smaller version. Next, we have this some sort of like Batmobile truck thing. Not really sure what it is, and I've actually never seen Batman drive a truck, so it's very interesting to see it in this sort of build. I'm also very curious to see if like those sort of panels at the back or at the side do lift up to reveal some sort of like laboratory sort of thing. I hope they do, because it'll be a really interesting idea instead of just having like a vehicle stuffed in there. But the front of it does have this really nice design to it, and then this translucent yellow sort of circular piece does look very interesting. Quite curious to see if it's like a sort of piece for a minifig to stand and like look at. And then the 3 minifigs on the side here do look really nice. I like that version of the bat in the white color. Not too sure what that minifig is in the middle. And then the Mr. Freeze variant does look very interesting. And then the 3 other minifigs are Nightwing, Batman, and then Batgirl. I do like that variant of Batgirl but I kind of wish they maybe changed her cape, because I can't tell if that's like a grey colour or a blue colour because it's such a low quality image, but I believe it might be like a sort of a light grey blue colour. That Batman is nice, and then the Nightwing I believe is the same from a set from last year, but I might be mistaken. Next we have some Marvel news, and this is for the LEGO Avengers, and this is Wrath of Loki, and I must say for a 4+ set we're getting a fair bit in here. We're getting 5 really nice minifigs and then 3 really cool builds. So the first build is the Avengers Tower. I must say the design and the pieces what we used are really nice. I especially like the print of the Avengers logo on this sort of piece, and then the inside detailing does look okay, but I can understand why it's very simple because it is a 4+ set. And then the top of it does look interesting as well. And then Loki's vehicle is quite a interesting one. I'm not too sure what it is supposed to be. Maybe it's some sort of hovercraft idea, but I do like the disc shooting, and then the version of Loki is very nice. Then we have this vehicle for the Avengers, and this seems to be some sort of plane. I like the design of it, but it looks like the wing is like coming off, or that might be just me. Maybe it's some sort of clip and bar attachment, I'm not too sure. I do like that print of the Avengers logo, and then the inside does look like there's some room for a minifig to sit comfortably. I'm very curious to see how a minifig does control it, because it doesn't look like there's a joystick or a driving handle to control it. And then the 3 other minifigs down here do look very nice. Hulk, Iron Man, and then Thor. I forgot to say it, but I really like that helmet piece with the hair coming out for Captain Marvel. Next, for Avengers news, we have this set, and I believe it is called the Avengers Helicarrier, and it was just down there. I must say, this is one wicked design for the Helicarrier. I like the design of the Helicarrier with the different colours, the pieces they used, and that MODOK does look spectacular. I love that face print on him, the sticker, or it might be a print, and then the print of like this sort of voice talking part, and then that print there. I also really like the design of his legs, and then just the way they've positioned him does look very accurate. And then the minifigs you do get are Thor, War Machine, and then this AIM agent, I believe they are called. And then I was about to say Samuel L. Jackson, but Nick Fury, Captain Marvel again, Black Widow, and then Iron Man. So a great selection of minifigs for such a really cool set. So I might possibly pick this setup, but I'm not too sure. I do like the different stickers or prints of the Avengers logo. And then that might be like a very micro scale version of the Quinn jet, or might be just a version of a sort of defense mechanism. I also like this sort of flick missile, you could possibly call it, like this sort of part there. So really nice design with that. Next we have one set for LEGO Star Wars, and this is celebrating 40 years for Empire Strikes Back, and this is the AT-AT or AT-AT. And I must say, this set does look very interesting. I'm not too much of a Star Wars fan, but for those who are a Star Wars fan, I think this is a great set because it is 40 years, or the 40th anniversary for the Empire Strikes Back, which is a huge achievement. The minifig selection is okay. I believe you're getting Luke Skywalker, and then I can't really read the other names of the minifigs. I believe the 2 minifigs at the end are snowtroopers, but the design of the AT-AT or AT-AT has a really nice design to it. I like this sort of play feature where you can sort of bring up a minifig with their grappling hook, and then the design of the legs. It does look very stable, so if you were to like stand it on something and to knock it gently, I believe it won't fall, but it might. And then the design of the head. I hope there's enough room to fit maybe 3 or 4 minifigs in the head or even in the body. And then the art for the box does look really nice with 2 other AT-ATs in the background, and then like the background of the mountains do look very nice as well. Next in LEGO news, we have some images for Wave 3, I believe, of Hidden Side. I really haven't been collecting it too much, but I really want to get into the habit of doing that because some of these sets do look very interesting in my opinion, especially this one. I really like that shark with like this sort of goo coming out of its eye, and then I believe her name is Parker. I like that version of her. I believe she's exclusive to this set with her torso, leg prints, and then that phone I believe she has in the other sets, but I might be mistaken. And then sort of like robot guy, but I might be mistaken about that. I really like the design with his torso, his legs, and then his hat and his face. It's very hard to make out, but I really can't tell. I originally thought it was like some sort of cyborg, but I might be wrong about that. I like this submarine, and what I find funny is that there's this face print of him or her smiling. I just find that really funny and cute, and this sort of brick print or sticker, and this sort of like statue of a ghoul or something looks very interesting to be something maybe underwater, because that's what I'm getting with the submarine. I also like that sticker or print there, and then this sticker of like or print of like coral does look nice. I like those tree pieces or foliage pieces in blue. The design of the tree, I believe, does look pretty disappointing because it really doesn't look like a tree, but I might be mistaken about that. I'm quite curious to see what like that clip piece is going to represent. And then this part down here is for the game on a phone, and then that coral piece in black does look nice as well. Next we have, I believe this is the prison. I must say it's quite a disappointing design for a prison because you're getting 4 OK minifigs. You're getting Altor, yeah, I can't remember that guy's name. That minifig does look very interesting, and I believe he's exclusive. And then this prison guy with this really nice chihuahua. Is it chihuahua? I think it's that. And then this head there. The design of the prison has an okay design with it. I do like the colors, and then like this sort of basketball ring here with a ball. The design of the palm tree does look nice. This sort of watchtower looks okay with that nice part usage. And then there's another one over here. I'm not too sure, but is that like a sticker of like this sort of green color? It might be a translucent piece. It's very hard to make out. And then another part for the app. And then the cells have a nice design with it, with the bar pieces. I also really like the sticker cell 1000, I believe it says, and then like keep out. The sort of vault door has a really nice build to it as well, but it really doesn't look like a prison at first. But I believe if you turn it around to look what the inside would be like, I believe you could possibly say it looks like a prison, but it really doesn't look like a prison at first. Next we have this sort of like fire truck build with this sort of a Slender Man. Yeah, I'm not even sure what that is. It seems to be some sort of fairy with like this wand or like staff. Really nice piece there, but I'm not sure what it is. The design of it though is pretty cool with like the head. Not too sure if that's a print or a sticker, but I do like the sort of facial expression he is making. And then the 2 Nexonite shields with the stickers do look nice. The minifigs are very interesting. I especially like this sort of computer running. Yeah, I got no idea. Like running a TV minifig. I like how you do get 2 facial expressions with him. And this, some sort of like ninja assassin minifig. That's a nice minifig. And then the build of this fire truck does look really cool, because usually you see fire trucks in Lego City very standard with the obvious sort of fire truck design with a ladder, minifigs, and the red color. So I like how Hidden Side have turned that around and built some sort of fire truck with like guns, lasers. So I really like the design of it. I like how they've kept some features like the red color, the sirens on it. I believe that's what that is. And the inside of it does look very interesting as well. And it looks like you could probably fit like all the minifigs except for maybe these 2. And then the colors do look really nice with like the blue, the yellow, the grey, and also some really nice stickers. The next set is a box art for some sort of like castle. I like how we're getting a minifig version of that sort of Slender Man build from the previous set, but I might be mistaken. It might be just the version of him as a minifig, but in the actual set he's brick built. I like this sort of build here of this tower with the telescope. Very interesting. It seems to be we're getting some similar minifigs to the previous sets, but the design of the castle, just by looking at the box, does look very nice. I like the tower builds, the sort of front section of it does look nice, and I'm very curious to see what like the top roof will be. Will it be similar to the Harry Potter sets for Hogwarts we got a while back, maybe 2010, with the pieces they used for the roof, or it might be just a roof piece with like stickers on it to represent bricks or tiles? We'll just have to wait and see. Then we have this some sort of like buggy racer thing. It looks very similar to the one we got for a promotion, I believe last year, but I might be mistaken. It does look really nice with this really nice mold for this sort of like cow head that is pretty dark. I also like these sort of shield pieces. The colours of it do look really nice as well, and it seems to be you could possibly fit maybe one minifig in the driver's seat and then one minifig in the passenger's seat, but I might be mistaken. The wheels do look nice as well, and I like this sort of how it goes from being a sort of big build and then slowly going down to a skinny build, and then it comes back into a big build, which I really like. It seems to be we're getting this sort of warrior minifig as well. The next bit of LEGO news is some updates and new releases for Ninjago. So the first set is Wu's Dragon, and I must say, this does look really nice. I love the design of the dragon with the different pieces. The wings do look very nice. It kind of reminds me of Master Wu's golden sort of dragon, the ripcord one with those sort of wing pieces. I do like the design of that. The head does look cool. Kind of reminds me of some sort of like micro scale head. The legs, really nice design with like the bricks coming out on the side, and then the sort of where you would sit to ride the dragon does look okay, and then the tail has a nice design to it, and then this sort of side build with this sort of sword does look very interesting. I love the mold for the sword and then the flame pieces in green. The goblin minifig does look really cool as well. I like the face print he does have, and then the purple does look nice. And then Master Wu has a really nice new variant of him. He seems to have some sort of staff with him so he can hit the enemies. And then I like the shoulder pads he does have. His hat does look nice, his beard. But it's quite hard to see what his facial expression will be. Maybe it's like him screaming out something, I don't know. And his legs print do look nice as well. Next we have Kai's fighter from Season 3 of Ninjago, and this is for Legacy. The 4 minifigs are really nice. I like the version of Kai and Lloyd with their torso print and leg printing. And then the 4 Ninjoids do look very nice as well. I like they're rebooting them, no pun intended. And then the build for like this some sort of like laser beam does look very interesting as well, nice part usage. But my favorite part by far is Kai's fighter. I love the design of it with just pieces coming out everywhere. We have like this section here, these parts here, the back of it, the wings. Just so much is happening in this set, and I just love the amount of stickers with like the flame detailing on it. We have ones at the front here, the back. I also like the symbol of like the dragon, but I might be mistaken. And then the colours of it, of course, are really nice as well. So the next bit of Ninjago news is what's going to be inside the boxes of Ninjago Slam. And I must say, it does look quite interesting. I really like that version of Cole with like the sort of lightning printing on him, which is quite interesting. Or might be like sort of earth to represent his element. And then his leg printing does look very nice. His facial expression with like lightning or earth like coming out of his eyes does look really nice. Very curious to see what his other facial expression is, or he may not have one. His ninja mask does look really nice, and then the hat piece in black does look cool. So the build for like the section where you do the play feature does look really nice. It kind of reminds me of the one from last year for Forbidden Spinjitzu with like the whole play feature. And then this is the build for the burst. So the 4 pieces remind me of like Rock because he is the earth element. I also really like the design of them. I believe they are a new piece. And I'm also very curious to see how they do connect. Maybe by a bar or clip attachment. Or like this, it's just one whole piece. and I believe that might be like a rubber band or a Technic rubber band, but I might be mistaken. I'm also very excited and interested to see how this does work. So like you would possibly like slam down on the thing, and then like it's gonna spin, and then like the minifig's gonna come out. So that could be really interesting to see. Next we have a set for the Skull Sorcerer's Dungeon, and this seems to be a dice where like you spin it, and whatever you do get, you move that certain amount of points or positions. And I must say, it does look really nice, and it does say game experience inside, so I'm very curious to see what that actually does mean. I really love the design of the Skull Sorcerer's Dungeon with like the sort of a game board style section where like you would move to get slowly up there, so I think that is really cool. And I also love just how much action is actually happening. So you have two minifigs over here fighting, you have this sort of goblin minifig like rushing in to help his friend maybe, or just like whatever, and then like you have this minifig over here fighting this goblin. I'm not really sure what that minifig or who that minifig is, but she does look really nice. And then the build for the skull looks cool. The sort of dungeon part does look very interesting. So a lot is just happening in this, and I think that is really cool. And then the minifig selection is just amazing. Some really nice minifigs. We have the ninjas in their sort of medieval armor. We have the Skull Sorcerer. We have this sort of skull skeleton, and then we have this sort of a goblin minifig, and then a sort of henchman goblin minifig. And then the box art is very nice as well, because we do have Cole down here, and I believe this is the season for Cole. I'm also very interested to see what this portal is. Is it some sort of portal to the underworld, or is it a portal to another dimension? We're just going to have to wait and see. Next we have the Skull Sorcerer's Dragon, and once again this is a awesome set. I love those wings with like those sort of fabric design, and then the build of the dragon. It looks very Technic in my opinion, with like the head, the legs, the back of it, and then where the minifig is sitting. I'm very curious to see what that skull will represent. Maybe it's like to control everything sort of underworld related, so very curious to see what that is. And then the build for this section does once again look like a board game, which I think is a really cool idea. And then the minifig selection is great once again, and we do have one of those dices again. Next we have Zane's sort of rhino build. Can't really read it out too well, but I really love the design of the rhino. I think it does look really cool, and it doesn't really look like the rhino from the Black Panther set, which I think is a really interesting idea, because instead of just getting a very similar build to the rhino from Black Panther, they've actually built a completely different sort of rhino, which I think is a really nice idea. I do like those sort of rock pieces, but I kind of wish they maybe had it in a white color, and like the rock pieces in white, because that would represent Zane a lot more, because this kind of looks like the rhino for Cole, but it might actually be Cole's rhino, but Zane is just riding it in to rescue him. But if it is Zane's rhino, I wished they would have like white colors to show that it is actually his rhino. And then the build over here for like this sort of platform with the sword again is really nice, and it seems to be a play feature where if you flick something, the minifig might fly out, and then you just get 4 really nice minifigs again. And then we do have the official image for Spinjitzu Burst Kai, and this does look really nice as well. So if you guys did enjoy this LEGO News episode as much as I did making it, and also sharing all this LEGO news we've gotten throughout the past week, but you're probably wondering, where are the new Harry Potter 2020 sets? And I was going to do it in today's episode, but I didn't realize until looking at all the footage when editing it that it was like 24 minutes long, and I want to do a decent video on that, like an in-depth thoughts video. So by adding it in today's episode, it'll probably be maybe 30 to 40 minutes long, and I don't want to have a video that long so it would bore you guys out, because I would definitely understand if you got bored of watching a 40-minute long video. So I'll be doing an in-depth video of that very soon, so definitely stay tuned. So as always guys, hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below of all the LEGO news I did share for today. So as always, hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I can see you soon. Goodbye!